Welcome to week one finish of June. Woo woo! I'm so excited. It's so interesting to me to see who gets on here. So right now I'm looking at all of us that are on here. We're all probably fairly in the same age and life demographic, just a little bit, but our units are all the different ages, all the different stages. Lots of people with little kids are at ball games right now, and the college girls are probably, just thinking about getting dressed and getting cute. I love that this business can relate for everyone. So if you're watching now or later, thank you for joining in. How we started out was a surprise win, because here's one of the things that I realized. When I started Mary Kay, I think God was telling me, I'm proving to you, you are not in control. You think you can control everything, Susie, but you can't. And my faith has grown so much through this business, through learning how to trust and make a difference. So as we enter June, I share that for June because June is the last month of the Mary Kay year. It's the biggest, it's the most exciting, it's the biggest miracles. It's when you set a goal, the win doesn't come from whether you achieve it or not. It comes from whether you go for it. Like, I'm just going for it. I'm growing for it. So thank you all for being on. And I know one of my personal team members, Tracy, is on. I told her she didn't have to be on the camera, but she just held her first party by herself and she rocked it. And we always think of all the things that we wish we would have done different. But Mary Kay Ash said, just getting started is the win. You can do everything wrong with the right attitude and be wildly successful. And I'm saying that to all of us as we embrace June. Let's have fun. What other business do adults get to have goals where they have fun, where they try to grow? Like, I'm competitive, not to other people, but to myself. I like laughing. I like this is made for us, you guys. This business is made for us. So as we get going in June, we are going to have fun. So I'm going to start with the announcements. Then I have the recognition. Then Allison has an awesome training on coaching. And I think that is such a great training. I just told one of I was coaching a consultant today, and I said, well, I used to think coaching was optional, but I learned after a few disaster parties, it's not. So I'm so glad that Allison's going to train on it. So let's do some announcements. First of all, June 15th, that is the end of the fourth quarter of the year to be a star consultant. June 15th at midnight. A star consultant is if you have ordered $1,800 cumulative wholesale since March 16th. Star consultant is a built-in goal from Mary Kay. It's built in. It's based on your order because we don't have to turn in our sales to Mary Kay. So they track our prizes based on what we order. You guys, there are some nice prizes. Put in the chat a favorite star consultant prize you got. We had a party at my house on Wednesday, a Mary Kay party, and somebody said, oh, I like those. We had two little mini fridges that face each other. They're like all fancy. They're really not, but for me they are. I said, I got those with my star consultant, $1,000 voucher, and I paid for those. So you can get amazing prizes, but also you get website referrals, you get confidence. So I just want to tell you very boldly, there is still time for all of us to be a star. Every single one of you, if you have zero in, there's still time. Talk to your director. I have proof with one of my key players years ago. She needed like 1,200 the last day, and she did it. So anything's possible. Okay, number two, the points to paradise. Just a little recap. Mary Kay offered a points to paradise. It is your order and you and your teams, and this is based on retail. So we might have to twist our head a little bit on how we track because we've always tracked everything on wholesale, what we order. But the points to paradise contest is based on retail, the amount that the product is listed in the book. And it's retail for you and your team together. And I'm not going to go through the different prizes. It's a 6-month contest. Here's why I think it's brilliant and why I think we should all embrace it. Number one, it's 6 months, starting last month. It's short term. 6 months is short term. Number two, it involves you and a team. So if you can't work Allison had a death in her family, and she has been on very part-time by her standards. But Lisa on her team can still work. And so when Lisa's working, Allison gets income still. So building a team not only is offering it to them, but it is smart business. It's diversifying and it's multiplying you. So I love that that promotion is based on that. And if someone is looking to go into leadership, it's the perfect track. You can be a director in less than 6 months. That's not even pie in the sky. That is very serious. But you don't have to. You can also get all the points yourself. It's just easier if you share. The next announcement is the 60% off supplements, just in case. And it's not all the supplements, but Mary Kay has 60% off the clinical solutions line. And you guys, that is such a gift. It's such, not only do we make 60% profit, but as we become educated about these products ourselves, and I'm finding that we're not all super educated about this line, and that's okay. It's just an opportunity. As you use them, you are going to be so shocked how good your skin looks. I have a before and after of my husband because I started him on the retinol 2 months ago. I am going to sell some serious retinol. I'm just telling you, the picture speaks for itself. But you also make 60%. And so it's a reason to reach out to new people. It's a reason to reach out to your current customers. And it's a lot of money. So I'm going to tie that into, you look at the retail, which it lists in the book, and you only pay 40% of that. You make 60% profit or you save 60%. So we're not going to go into ideas of that. Talk to your director, but there's a gazillion. And that rolls into this. This is the month that you or any team members can become active without doing a full 225 wholesale. The way you become active or your new team member becomes active is when she orders $450 retail of product. Okay, so if she went in and ordered 450 retail of the clinical solutions, it's not going to cost her 225. It's going to cost her less than that because we get 60% discount. So if you have team members that you want to help get active, this is a great strategy. Now, of course, we don't want her to just order them and not use them, but you get my point. Once she's active, she has the 50% discount for the next couple months. And then the last announcement is seminar registration. I just registered finally today. I registered myself and my husband. It's $250. It is a life-changing event. I can say, and I've said before, hands down, probably one of the 5 most important decisions of my whole life. And I'm not being dramatic at all. The first time I was a Mary Kay consultant, I was successful. I canceled my seminar registration because I was having a baby. I wasn't having a baby. I was barely pregnant, but my recruiter canceled, so I canceled. And the next year I wasn't in Mary Kay anymore. I just, phased out. Fast forward, I signed up for Mary Kay on April Fool's Day. Everybody said they went to seminar and won a car. I'm like, I got to go to seminar. I don't want to go to seminar with these Mary Kay people. So I dragged Todd to come with me. And I came home and earned a car and became a director. It's not that magic, but it is a doubt popper. I needed to see people be successful. So talk to your director. I'm talking too much about the announcements. Let's do some recognition. I got to get my pom-pom. Our number 3 consultant this week with $748 in sales. She looks like she did some faces, had $400 in sales, did a wholesale order, is from, I'm pretty sure, the Allison Carter unit, Betsy Dudley. Woohoo! Betsy, are you on? I thought I saw her. Is she on?
Yes, Betsy's in my unit. Yes.
Oh, she's not. No, she's not. She's mine. She's mine.
No.
But I don't know where she's at.
I don't see her.
Oh my gosh, I'm going to message her. Let's go on to number 2.
Okay, I had to get my
hopping over into my unit.
So you're going to message her, or do you want to talk for her?
If you want to go ahead and go to number 2, I'll go ahead and message her and see where she's at.
Okay. So number 2 with 947 points. I know whose unit she is in with faces, new bookings, wholesale order, Laurie Parks. Woo-woo! So Laurie, give us a tip. Give us, first of all, have you already done the Queen's Court of Sales? Is it finished?
Yeah.
She finished it a while ago. This woman is earning this big, gorgeous amethyst ring. She is a super seller. Tell us a tip from your heart. When you're thinking about this business, what is a selling tip that's not like a tool tip, but a heart tip, a heart posture?
Just helping people feel good about themselves. And I told Jana today, some of my consultants are doing the foundation matching with me. And I like that because I don't want them to order something they're not happy with and turn around and go get it somewhere else. So yeah, I had 3 people today and 1 yesterday so far. So yeah.
So some of your consultants or your customers are doing that?
Customers and consultants.
That's so awesome. And it takes, for me, it's been taking a little bit to find the right foundation, but then they fall in love with it.
Yeah, it's good. They're good. Mary Kay did good with these foundations.
Yes, yes. Jana, will you tell us, since you are Laurie's leader, something that you see that you think makes her, that you think it just is one of her keys to success?
Laurie is willing. She's willing to learn. She's willing to grow. She's willing to be challenged. She's willing to just take a chance. You know what? Like she's just teachable. She's coachable, teachable. And if I say, this is how you book appointments, she tries it. And this is maybe the best way to do this. She just tries it. And so she's just courageous enough to try it and then tweak it if she needs to tweak it. And so her willingness is amazing. And her loyalty, her loyalty, not just to like our Mary Kay family and to Mary Kay, but her loyalty really shows. And so she just comes at it from the right place. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She wants people, she wants to help people. And that is
for integrity. I heard on a podcast that true courage comes from integrity of doing what you know is right. That sounds like what you're describing for Laurie. Yeah. Laurie, we're so excited for you. And we are just going to cheer when you cross that stage. And oh my gosh, thank you for leading. Thank you for leading this group of units in top sales. Go ahead, Jana.
She's currently number 9 in the Emerald Seminar.
Woohoo!
So we're working this month to keep her in top 10.
Top 10.
We know we got people fighting for it. And by the way, Betsy's on as well.
Okay, we're going to come to Betsy. So for people who don't know, if you're number 9 in Emerald Seminar, that means you're 9 out of what? 7, 8,000? 10,000? I mean, I don't know.
That's how many attend. So it's like probably 80,000. I don't know.
Oh my gosh, we need a lot of pom-poms for that. And I'm a jock, not a pom-pom girl. So this is a big deal for me. Yay, Laurie, we're so happy for you. And
I couldn't do it. I could not do it without my director, Jana. We talk a lot, and I seriously could not do it without her. So if anybody ever has problems, call your director.
Well, not just call them, but listen to them. That's what she just said. You're willing. That's awesome. Okay.
All right.
Betsy, we see you. You were announced as number 3. So everybody give Betsy a big woohoo. And Betsy, give us a tip. Like, tell us something that it looks like you had faces and sales for the week. What do you have to share about your week?
I just sent out text messages while I was working for the VA and on my breaks and different things, and I didn't sell as many new products as I wanted, but I sold skincare sets, so that's always good. That's fun. Pre-orders on that.
I think skincare sets, we'd all take that. Woo-hoo.
Yeah.
And a win. Now you have a win to build on for this month, right? Yay! Woohoo!
And my neighbor finally took me up on a facial, and she's very, how do I say, boyish, I guess. Yeah.
Everybody has skin. Hey, It's very hard for me to pop this pom pom. I was very tomboyish, so it's all good. It's all good. Congrats, Betsy. Thank you for
Thanks.
popping on here. And our number one with 724 points, she said she was coming back in June with a party with faces, double faces, sales, shares, all the things. Allison Lybarger in the Susie Moeller unit. So Allison, what you know, you are coming back from grieving and some loss, and you give us a tip on how you worked your week so well.
So I had the party that you hosted the party, Susie. But so besides posting it on Facebook and sending the messenger, so I think I didn't send it out as like group text or messages. Like I individually, like you always coach to us, individually. I think I sent it out to like 77 people. And I made it personal. Like if they were a teacher, I said, I hope you're excited now. You're going to be enjoying your summer. Or, like I knew some people just came back from vacation, so they knew it wasn't just like copy and paste, that type of thing. Yeah. And then for some of the faces I did that weren't people at the party, I tried to ask them, like, if it was we were going out to eat for lunch or whatever, I tried to ask them like in person. I think it's a lot harder for somebody to tell no when you're asking them face to face. Then, it's pretty easy to just say, no, I'm too busy right now on a text. Right. And that's not maybe the easiest thing for me to do, but I do think it's a lot harder for people to tell no. And then, depending, of course, on the person, but kind of layer it. So like maybe if they tell no on one thing, like they can't host a party, well, then ask them right then, will they do a share for you or will they do a face? Because they might tell no on one thing. Well, then, if they're your friend, they hate to keep telling you no. So then they'll say yes on something else that they are comfortable with.
Absolutely.
So I hope I explained that.
Okay. Yes. Allison, I have 2 points to that. You explained that great, and I learned that as the ABC method. And it's not pushy because while you're there, you're offering them, how can I serve you? Would you like to be a face? No. Would you like to be a share? No. Some people don't ever want to be a face, but they want a business. So that's so smart. But I really loved when you said you personalized your messages, because that is the epitome of make me feel special. What Mary Kay said. They know it's not cut and paste because you personalize it. And that takes a lot of time. But people feel that heart. And I know you have so many customers that love you as much as they love Mary Kay, because that's what we get to do. You guys, on the director meeting that Jana and I were on today, she said, I don't sell, I serve. And when we look at it that way, it doesn't feel pushy. And congrats, by the way, to the Jana Strunk unit. They were listed in the top 5. Woohoo! So yay. Number 3, you guys, I'm just telling you, I know the consultants don't know this necessarily, but this 3 group of units is very powerful. I mean, it is very established, strong, integrity-filled group of women. And so give yourself a little pat on the back. That is you guys. Like that's amazing. So I think that is everything. And 4 minutes stole into Allison's time. So she's going to boot me off. So we have our training by our amazing down south in Florida lucky lady, Allison Carter.
Hey guys. All right. Well, I'm excited. Congrats to all of our queens. And I love growing for it. I love that you said that, Susie. So that's what we're going to talk about tonight is coaching, and we're growing for it, right? And so I want to talk to you a little bit tonight about coaching. And it's not just coaching the appointment, but it's coaching individually and it's coaching as a team. So I'm going to try to talk to you guys tonight about my hot tips for all 3 topics, because I think that coaching is, in general, there's a lot to coaching. We've heard it tonight. We've heard about, coaching the appointment and sending personalized text messages out. We've heard, I wouldn't be able to do anything if it wasn't for my director, or, that individual coaching that happens. And then we're going to talk a little bit about what it looks like to be coached as a team. Okay. All right. So first we want to talk about coaching our appointments. Okay. Because that's where it starts. It's really hard to have individual coaching with your sales director when you don't have real things happening in your business. And as soon as you book that first appointment, the coaching process with your director starts. It could be, hey, Susie, I just booked my first appointment. And then the coaching process happens because Susie's going to say, okay, great. Let's talk about what to do next. And this is what it looks like. And what do you think you should do? And what's going to happen? And let me know what it happens and do that. I remember my director saying to me, call the person, do this and tell me what, and then call me back and tell me what they said. And then I would call and then call me back and tell me what they said. It was like a back and forth and back and forth. And so I want to talk to you a little bit about the importance of coaching your appointments in June. It's always important to coach your appointments all the time, not just June. But don't we really have some big goals to hit in June, and also for our personal business, but also for the team? And so I always think ahead, like, the momentum I'm building isn't just going to be for finishing my goals in June, but it's going to carry over into July. And July, for whatever reason, can seem really flat because we work on really big goals in June. And then it's like the 4th of July happens and I don't know what, next thing we know, it's like the 25th of the month, right? And so everybody's schedule changes because the kids are home and there's people vacationing and fireworks. And it's like all of a sudden it's the whole month is gone. And so booking and holding and coaching your appointments in June is very important. One of the key tips that I would tell you is that you want to include your customer in on your goal. Okay. And so part of coaching the hostess and coaching your individual facials isn't just about you carrying the burden of your big goal, but it's about sharing it with your customer. So it would look something like, Jana, I'm so excited that we're getting together to match your foundation. Now, I've been challenged to match 25 people this week, and I really want to hit the goal. It's super important to me. Can I count on you to be there? And then, okay, I mean, literally, you put them on the spot by making them give you their word, okay? And that can be through text messages, but it's always the strongest, like Allison said. You guys listen to Allison. Listen to anybody named Allison. No, I'm kidding. It's always the strongest when you say it to her, preferably to her face, okay? Because then you can transfer your confidence of, Jana, I'm so excited we're getting together. I can't wait to match your foundation. We're going to find the perfect shade for you. And you're going to be one of my 25. And I just want to let you know that I'm working on some really big goals this month, and every appointment is super important to me. Can I count on you to be there? And just tenderly say it. You're not like strong arming her, but you're letting her know that it's important to you. You have a goal, and can I count on you? And she's like, oh yeah. I mean, they always respond with, oh yeah, for sure. And if they don't, because they genuinely feel like they may have something coming up, then they'll let you know ahead of time so that you can rebook a different appointment, or that, she's like, oh, yes, for sure. If my schedule's open, but if it's not, I'll definitely let you know. And you just kind of affirm that, okay, let me know right away, because the 25 this week is really important to me, whatever your goal is. I always quantify it, because trying to say I have $1,000 in sales goal transfers to the customer like, oh, you want me to buy something. And so I don't ever tell them my money goal. I just tell them what the faces are, or whatever that is, whatever that looks like. Okay. Talk to your director if you're not sure how to quantify your goal outside of money. Okay. All right. The next thing is, one of the next things that I do is I express the importance of the goal, and I make sure that I affirm the appointment several times with her. This isn't a time to be like, is Wednesday still good? It's throughout the week or the next couple of touches that you do with her. It's affirming the appointment. So I would send Jana a text message that's like, girl, I can't wait till Wednesday. I'm looking forward to it. I just matched somebody's foundation today. They look amazing. We're going to have so much fun together. You just shoot her off the appointment ahead of time. This, of course, is a one-on-one, or maybe you've turned it into her bringing a friend or two. But again, you do that we're not getting into booking, but you do that after you've affirmed the appointment with her. And then that way, if her friends cancel, she's still coming. At one, I remember Rena Tarbett saying, if I break both my legs, I'll send somebody just as good, if not better than I am. Can I ask the same of you? Like, please come to the appointment. Make sure that they understand the value that you hold on the appointment, and also your time. Okay. Okay. So express that, affirm the appointment. And you do that through text messages. You do that through contacts. You do that through sending her little things throughout the week, depending on how far in advance you book the appointment. Again, you want to try to keep them as close to right now as possible. Mary Kay said anything 10 days and after 10 days is a dream. You want to keep it within a certain amount of window, because that's when people know when they can get together, or things don't have an opportunity to come up. Because isn't it true that when you book your dental appointment 6 months from now, you have no idea if that's a good day? You know what I'm saying? And then you have to turn around and cancel it because, all of a sudden got all these things happening. So book the appointments close together, start building that momentum for a strong finish and a powerful July. Okay. All right. What else did I write down here? Let's see. Okay. All right. So let's talk a little bit about the other thing is being a little extra generous in June. Like maybe you're running a promotion for everybody that holds their appointment on the original scheduled day gets an extra special something from me. I'm giving away a little extra special something. It could be a foundation sample. It could be a personal tutorial it could be the Skin Analyzer app, walking her through the Skin Analyzer app. It doesn't have to be anything that costs you money, but it could be at the appointment. You're going to help her with her Skin Analyzer app to really walk her through a customized skincare routine based on AI technology. It doesn't necessarily have to be something that you're going to spend money on to give away, but something that seems extra special when she books and holds the appointment on the original day. Okay. Okay. Another thing that I say a lot is, you can understand that, right? And I shake my head. You can appreciate that, right? And so that would look like something like, Jana, I'm so excited to get together. Now, listen, I'm slammed. I'm so busy. And I've got you scheduled for 3:00 on Thursday. And I can't wait to spend some time with you and get to know you a little bit better. But obviously, because my goal is so big, I just want to make sure that I can count on you to be there. You can understand that, right? And then they affirm it. It's kind of a way of them going, yeah, I understand that. I hear what you're saying. It's important to you. And I have given you my word, I'm going to be there. And then she's there. Okay. A lot happens in that when she shows up at 1:00, like she promised, because now she's telling you she's a woman of her word. She got there. She brought a friend to try to help you with her goal. A lot of times we carry the burden of the goal. We think about it all day. We dream about it. We're stressed about it. We have anxiety about it because we're not sure how it's all going to come together. You can relieve some of that by passing on the goal to your friends and your customers, because they want to help you, but they can't help you if they don't know what it is. Okay. So when you say, oh my gosh, Jan, I'm so excited, we're getting together on Thursday. Is there any reason why you couldn't bring a friend? It would just help me get there a lot faster. And now if your friend can't come, we're still getting together, but I just want to open up the door for you to bring a friend or two. Let me know if you've got anybody in mind. And then, you can maybe turn that appointment into 2 or 3 people. Okay. Coaching the appointment. If it's worth booking, it's worth coaching. You don't want to show up on Thursday, like twiddling your thumbs, and Jana doesn't show up and you're mad at Jana. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, that's partially your fault because you didn't coach her. Like, you don't really realize how much you have to spoon feed people, like literally the morning of the appointment. Can't wait to see you at 1:00. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting the whole thing together. I just customized your little goodie bag. Looking forward to seeing you today at 1. Is anybody coming? It's never are you coming, or does 1 still work for you? You don't want to ever give her an opportunity to go, oh, I'm so glad you said that. No, I can't actually. One of the worst things is giving her a buyout 2 hours before the appointment, and then it's too late to get somebody else in there. You know what I mean? So you want to always it's much harder for her to cancel if she has to tell you something like, oh, now, don't get me wrong, you're going to run into 1,000 family emergencies in June. I don't know what it is about that. All of a sudden somebody has a family emergency, and that's going to happen. But, just rebook her. It's always a rebook. Try to get her to squeeze in again in June sometime if you can. Okay. Okay, let's talk about coaching individually. Coaching individually. This is you and your director coaching. Okay, this is once those appointments are booked, you've got to get in touch with your director, especially if you're just getting started. Now, if you're a master booking machine, I'm quite sure Laurie doesn't have to call Jana every time she books appointments. But in the beginning, she probably was like, okay, I've got 5 appointments booked. Now what? And it's just getting that reassurance initially, but then it's the reminders. You guys, I used to have like note cards of the things that I had to do with each appointment, having a booking tracking sheet of all the touches or something that you can check the box when you sent a text message. Here's the thing. If your system can only handle one booking at a time, you're only going to have one booking. You're only ever going to have one booking, and that's too much pressure for one appointment. You want to have 5, 6, 7, 8 appointments booked, 10 appointments on your books at all times. And you need to know where you are in all of those appointments. And so having some sort of a tracking of your appointment, when you booked it, when you sent text messages, did you get the guest list? That's another great way to affirm the appointment, is to get the guest list when she's got more than 1 or 2 people coming. Okay. The individual coaching with your director will help you shave off mistakes. It will help you shave off reschedules because you forgot to do something, or you didn't coach it well enough. Your director will get in there and say, hey, shoot her a quick text message. Scripts are easier than they've ever been because you can ask ChatGPT, you can ask Claude, you can ask Gemini, you can ask Siri, all of these little helpful ways that you can ask last minute. And you can even say, give me a short, quick, sweet, friendly text message to somebody I need to affirm for an appointment that's tomorrow, and it'll give you something, a suggestion that you can use. Okay. The amount of time it takes for you to call your director and ask her for that script, you'll already get it, Now, do a lot of what Elizabeth will do is she'll ask ChatGPT, she'll copy it and send it to me, and then I go, yes, perfect, send. You know what I mean? And I'm seeing less of those from her, not because she's working less, but because she already knows is good. You know what I mean? Like, she's able to start recognizing on her own, like, this one works, this is good, I'm using this one, I'm gonna, and so that's what the coaching process will do. It'll start sharpening off those rough edges, make you stronger, and then it'll start elevating you into deeper conversations, because we won't be talking about the basics anymore. We'll start talking about real organic things that are happening in your business that are relevant to right now, not hypotheticals. Okay. It's so important. It's very hard as a sales director to, when you call, you're finally calling for your coaching call, and you've already called 50 friends and you've said it wrong 50 times and nobody booked, and now you're frustrated and you're ready to burn your starter kit and your beauty coat's on fire. And I mean, because it's the process from the beginning, getting in there and going, okay, let's tweak that a little bit. I'm using Elizabeth as an example because we've done this quite a bit. I'll say, did you already send that? And she'll say, I already did. And I'll say, okay, so next time I would say this, or I would shave this off, or I would say this a little bit differently. And then sometimes we catch it, but after so long, she can recognize those things, and then she's already fine tuning it herself. And then she starts asking me questions like, okay, so here was her response. How do I respond to that? Or what do I say? Or I'm swinging back around and picking this ruby back up and offering her this now. And, those kinds of things. So that coaching is so important. It's everything. And it's not because we're enabling you. It's because we can get you where you want to go quicker. And I've been very successful in my business. I've always had a mentor. If it wasn't a national sales director, it's been a top sales director. It's been a good friend. It's been people that are where I want to be, and power partners that are very, very strong. I am who I am in the business because of those women. I've played on a very successful basketball team, not because I was great. I had a good team and I had a great coach, but we were coached, and we were coached hard. And we would sweat. I mean, when I think about what we did and achieved in basketball, it was painful. Okay. Anybody ever played sports, or you really work out hard in the gym, or you get on a real strong diet of chicken and, boiled chicken and broccoli. whatever, you know what you put into it. This is not that. This is much easier. This is fun. This is like, okay, let's talk about the crazy thing that happened today, because people are people. Things are going to happen. That's another reason why it's so important to have a connection to your director, so you can bounce some crazy things off of people when things happen. Okay, because you're like, you are not going to believe. I'm like, oh, give it to me. I mean, I could tell you stories. We could just have story hour with the three of us, I'm sure, and tell you different things that happen. Okay, now let's talk about coaching as a team. Coaching as a team, when you are open to individual coaching, it opens the door for your team to be coached. And you're going to coach your team. You're going to be the leader of but it's like any good leader has to have a mentor. And so your director has a mentor. She mentors you, you coach your team, you encourage your team to be coached by your mentor, and it all seamlessly works out, because there are conversations she's going to have with you that she won't have with me. And there's conversations that she might share with me that she's not going to tell you, because she doesn't want to hurt your feelings, or she was maybe, you were so excited about something and she just wasn't that excited about it. And so she didn't know how to tell you. And so she's talking to me about it. But we're all on the same team and we all make it work together seamlessly. And I just want to encourage you to make sure that you open the door. You lead by example with your example. If your message to your team is something negative about your sales director, and I know none of you are doing this, but I'm quite sure you've been a part of a conversation. You've been married Kay long enough where somebody's like, well, I just don't know why Susie says that, because she says that every time, and da, 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 da. And you're sitting next to somebody back in the meeting, and you're like, wow. Well, that spills over into your team, and then your team doesn't take the weekly accomplishment sheet serious because you're not filling out your points. And then she's not showing up on the meeting on Monday night because she doesn't see your face there. And, all those things. I'm where I am because I showed up. I showed up every time. I showed up every time, every week. When I had a great week, I couldn't wait to get there. When I had a terrible week, I needed to be there. And coaching is the same. It's easy when you've got a bunch of bookings and you're excited. It's not as easy when you don't know what happened and you got nothing going on. But I want to encourage you to welcome that so that you can have the strongest June finish you've ever had. I promise you, your director has been through it. I promise you, she's had appointments that have booked 5 times over and still haven't held. I'm doing something right now with my customers for a June boom. And I said to myself, I'm going to send this out to, my customers, but my VIP customers, and then I'm going to send it out to the rest of my customers. I was just hopeful that people would join my Facebook group that I'm creating for this particular event. And I have been so surprised at how well and excited they are about it, and also how they're inviting people to it. And, I just was thinking to myself, sometimes what we tell ourselves isn't the truth. Most times, unless you're talking about how great you are. The energy you give off for your appointments, the energy you give off to your future customers is so important in June. And so I've started a whole bunch of new conversations with people that I've been sending lookbooks to that maybe haven't bought anything in a long time. All of a sudden they get into my group and they're like re-energized and they want to get a couple of things from me. And we're starting to have those conversations again. Anybody that hasn't been a customer in the last 90 days doesn't even know about the new foundations. You know what I mean? So there's a whole new conversation. They don't know about your June goals. You don't have a June goal. They don't know about your unit goals. Call your sales director. How many stars do we need by the end of this quarter? What wholesale number do you need me to hit for us to really do well as a unit, as a team, for the end of the year goal? You know what I mean? And then go home and start working on that. Your individual appointment starts with booking, obviously, and then coaching those appointments with charisma and enthusiasm. And I know some of you struggle with having charisma and enthusiasm. It's okay. Shake it off. It's going to be all right. You're not going to always operate in that space. But it's necessary to transfer energy to people, because if what you're transferring to people is, it's going to be like leaving your job and then going to your second job that you don't want to be at. You don't want it to be that. You want it to be something that people enjoy. They're going to be helping you with your goal. You're going to properly coach it. You're not going to be a smother mother. You're just going to remind her tenderly about the appointment and how you're excited, make it harder for her to reschedule. And then you're going to book and hold the appointment. And so many new things are going to happen in your business. I'm just so excited. But it is necessary to coach. And the people that you know, your friends, here's a little pro tip. Your friends, they need the coaching the most. Okay? So you think because she's your friend or she's your coworker and you haven't seen each other in a while, that you don't need to run her through the normal process. That is a lie. Okay. She needs it just as much as anybody else. And it's good for you because you're practicing how to do it. But if you think, oh, I booked Jana, she's cool, she's coming on Monday. And then I just show up on Monday and think, Jana, listen, since today she's coming on Monday, she's had, the pigs got out, the lawn's too long, the husband's upset, this kid got sick. I mean, all this has happened. And then all of a sudden on Monday, you're like, hey, girl, you send her the little text message, I'll see you in 30 minutes. And she's like, I'm gonna have to reschedule. And by the way, your friends are known to reschedule because they know you and they know you're not going anywhere and they're not going anywhere and they'll just get back with you some other time. And so you have to work those people a little bit differently, but coach each appointment like it really depends on, like your success depends on it. And people will come to the appointment like, I'm here. I said I was gonna be here. I'm excited. I'm excited to help you with your goal. Right?
That's awesome.
Okay. So does anybody have any questions about that? Let me make sure I hit all my appointment things here. Team play, grow, no, firm text, get guest list. Okay. It's all covered.
People want to support you. They just need to be reminded because this is a busy world. It looks like Allison Lybarger has a question.
I just wanted to add, I've also been using, I'm still going to work through the 15th about this might just be from Susie, then that Kate Spade bag for hostesses.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
There's so many things that you can do.
I'm still dangling that little carrot out for hostesses.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many little things that you can add in June, being a little bit extra generous, being a part of a giveaway, doing something that gets people's attention. Okay, I think it's easy to get people's attention, but then it's like, well, but then after that, what are you doing? You're hopefully being coached by your sales director so that you're not missing any key things that need to happen on your booking your appointments. And you are like booking the appointment and then not pre-profiling. The pre-profiling, it locks in those commitments. It's the same thing. So Susie's coming to Jana's appointment. Hey, Susie, it's Allison. I'm so glad you're coming. I'm super excited. I can't wait to meet you. Hey, I have a couple of quick questions about your skin. Is now a good time? Okay, great. So your combination of oily and normal to dry. What's the one major thing you'd want to change about your skin? Hey, listen, I know Jana probably wouldn't tell you this, but Monday is a big deal. And she is helping me with my goal. And so I'm super excited. And she's going to get free stuff just for you showing up. Can we count on you to be there? And when Susie says, yeah, definitely, I'm coming. I can't wait. Okay, great. And Susie, by the way, if you think of anybody that you'd like to bring, you're welcome to bring a friend. Just let me know so I can get her seat. You see how now, if I don't pre-profile and I don't transfer that enthusiasm to Susie, Susie's dealing with Jana, who's her friend, and can cancel on Jana because Jana and Susie are coworkers and they're going to see each other anyway. And she'll just order with the book. And, you've got to get in there and reaffirm that appointment with Susie. So now Susie knows, I think it's like 80% more likely to show up when she gives her word to a stranger that she's coming, that like they've affirmed that they're coming. Now she doesn't want to make Jana look bad because she told me she was coming. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Right? And those are quick, easy conversations to have. Then I call Laurie. Hey, Laurie, it's Allison Carter. I know you don't know me, but I'm Jana's beauty consultant. I heard you're coming on Monday. So excited. Oh my gosh, girl, we're going to have so much fun. Listen, I want to ask you a couple quick questions about your skin. Is now a good time? Okay, great. What are you combination of oily, normal to dry? Okay, great. What's the one thing you'd want to change about your skin? Okay, great. Yep. I'm going to bring something just for you for that. And I know Jana probably wouldn't tell you this, but Monday's a big deal. She's helping me out with my goal and she's going to get free stuff just for you showing up. So can we count on you to be there? Okay, great. Laurie, I can't wait to meet you. Oh, and by the way, you can bring a friend. So let me know if you think of anybody. Judy, hey girl, it's so nice to meet you. I mean, you guys, it's the same thing, right? Or did all of them transfer? If you call, hey Laurie, It's Allison. I'm the beauty consultant. Nobody wants to book with Allison. If I'm getting off of work and I'm exhausted and I pick up the phone and now I'm supposed to make booking calls and coaching calls and I call Laurie with my problems, you know what I'm saying? Like nobody wants to hear about it. And she doesn't want to come to a therapy session. She wants to come to something fun. And so you got to decompartmentalize and then give that coaching process your all. And then hang up the phone and have wine or whatever it is, like, and then deal with, all the other things that you have going on. Sometimes the booking and getting those appointments confirmed and you're feeling better and your confidence is up makes all that life stuff that's happening not so much of a big deal, not all consuming, because now you got something else to be excited about. And then when those appointments hold and you start making a little extra money, now that thing that you were so stressed about isn't even as big or as important anymore now, for sure, because now you got a little bit extra money and you're feeling like you have a few more options and you rebooked and you're talking to your director about it and she knows what's going on. You're not carrying the burden alone. I mean, you guys, we could go on and on about coaching because coaching is just so important to the whole process of your AK and your success. So let me know if you have any questions. Anybody want to ask anything?
We probably better run into our breakout rooms because it's 7:46.
Oh yes,
so
girl. What am I doing?
We've just got like 10 minutes in the breakout rooms.
Okay, cool.
But if you have over 300 points, join the 300 plus room for this week. If you are new since March 1st, go into the Great Start room. And if you are neither one of those, then you stay right here with me. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording. And ladies, if you want to give Allison a shout out and affirm her, I know she'd love that.